Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you're coming in and hanging out with me today. This is going to be just a great conversation. We're talking about vision boards. How do you make one? Why is it important to make one? And I love it. It's approach or a practice even that I've been doing for the last couple of years. I don't know, three, four, five. I'm not sure. Um, let me guess for you. I think since 2016. So that is like 5 years. 5 years of vision board creating, vision board revisiting, revamping, tweaking as things come to pass, and maybe even changing some things as I realize the vision is slightly different than what I thought. So I just love talking about this topic. So thank you for hanging out and coming on in. I'm Dr. Celeste Owens. I'm an author of several different books. I'm a speaker, and I get the amazing privilege of just helping people and encouraging them to surrender to God. And I like to say that surrender is doing God's will, His way, all the time. You know it. God's will, His way, all the time. So glad again that you're coming in, that you're hanging out each and every week. Would you please like and subscribe and even comment? That would be awesome. And even if you hear something today that encourages you and you think of somebody right off the bat that you could share this video with, that would be awesome. So we're talking about how to create a vision board. How do you create a vision board? And really, I guess the best way to start this conversation is to really understand why a vision board is important. And again, I'm coming in live. So glad you guys are hanging out. I, for some reason, can't see the chat. So if you are chatting with me, I apologize that I may seem to be ignoring you, but I cannot see the chat for whatever reason today. I'm not sure what's going on with my YouTube today. But again, why is it important to create a vision board? So it is said that where energy goes, no, where your focus goes, energy flows, something like that. Where your focus goes. So the thing that you're focusing on, um, you're just sending all kinds of energy that way, and then that's what you're going to create for yourself. So it's just really important to make sure that you are making sure that your focus goes into the right place. So again, that's the first thing to think about. Is the reason I'm putting this before myself, the reason I'm thinking about these things is because where I put all of my attention and focus is where all the energy is going to go. I have lived that thing. Sometimes if you get into a space of just thinking like, oh, it is doom and gloom, everything bad always happens to me. Even if you wake up, this is going to be a bad day. That's what you're creating. That's where all your energy is going to go. So anything that does happen, that's just out of the ordinary or not something you really wanted. See, I knew it. And you don't even focus on the things that are good. So the things that are good are still happening around you, but you're not focusing on those things. So again, where your attention goes, the energy flows. So you want to make sure that as you're creating this vision, that you have it not just something that you think about, but something that you actually can see each and every day. It says in Habakkuk 2, write the vision, make it plain on tablets, so they that see it may run. That means you could see it and you could just keep going and moving in the direction of just the really great things that are coming to pass. So this is another thing you need to remember too, as you're creating your vision board. So your vision board could be something that is on cardboard and just literally like you maybe cut some things out of magazines or pictures or things like that, or printed them off of your computer. Or now they have like this whole digital thing. So much fun, right? That you could just make vision boards digitally. So I actually do that as well. But the reason you're doing this because every time you look at that vision board, it's going to make sense to you because thoughts are things and you're going to start to do things differently because your thoughts really do create. They create. Thoughts are things. They're not just kind of willy-nilly out in the atmosphere. They really are things. Sometimes you can think something, even in your body, like, like say you get like a little slight pain and all of a sudden you're like, oh, my stomach is killing me. And then your stomach does start killing you. Like, it's like these thoughts become living, breathing things that happen. So you really want to even watch your words. We're not talking about words today. Yes. No, we're not. But it's just really important what you say too as well. So visualization is one of the strongest ways to manifest your desires. Visualization. I've done it. And I remember the first video I saw, so it's right on YouTube. So make sure you guys go. It's like Oprah's masterclass where she has Jim Carrey as a guest. So you could just put in Oprah masterclass Jim Carrey and it's going to come up. And he talked about how he visualized some things. I don't want to give it away, so I'm not going to say it, but it's just phenomenal. It's a very short video. But once he said that, that's when I really got hold of this concept. And it's just been like, yay, since the whole, 5-6 years I've been doing this. So with the vision board, you have a tool right in front of you to help you visualize more powerfully. So there are vision board apps. And I use one. I can't remember the name of mine, but it allows me to create a vision board that I could just put on my phone as like wallpaper. And I put on my wallpaper and I could see it. So I was just recently in Mexico, all expense paid trip by a company that I'm a wellness advocate with, Doterra Essential Oils. So Doterra gave me an all expense paid trip, me and some couple of hundreds or more people. And even my spouse could come and Del could come too. It was awesome. All expense paid, everything paid for, like everything. Airfare, transport from the airport to the hotel, all gratuities, all your food. The room was amazing. I'd be like, everything was paid for. So when I'm sitting there on my beautiful deck with that, it was called the swim out room, swim out maybe. Like there's like a pool right in, like at my little area where I was sitting. So anyway, sitting there looking at it, and I'm looking at my vision board on my phone, and then I realized, OMG, so there's 9, the way my vision board is set up, there's 9 boxes. 8 of the 9 boxes had already come to pass, and I hadn't even noticed it. But the interesting thing is, every time I hit my phone, I see my vision board, even if I'm not consciously seeing it, my eyes are seeing it. My brain is registering it, and they came to pass. I'm so amazed. Like one that was so amazing to me, I put down that my son AJ would be on a travel team this year. That he'll be on, I didn't put this year. He'll be on the travel team. That would seem so like impossible because he started baseball so late, and the kids who are his age, 16, are almost pro in my eyes. And he got on the travel team. So it's just like so cool. I had put down here that I would read more self-help books, and I've been doing that. So I'm like, yay. And I did it without even realizing it was on the board anymore. And I started doing Audible because I don't have the time really to sit down and read like that. And I love books and I love reading. And my girlfriend was just like, oh, why don't you start doing Audible while you're like in the car and traveling? Best thing ever. Like I've been reading all of these books. This is the one that really got me. I had put down that, and Del and I would have 2 trips a year. And I already told you we went to Mexico, all expense paid. I've already been to Jamaica, all expense paid. Like I had to pay 0 in Jamaica. And we have another trip coming up. We have a Hawaii trip, all expense paid. Am I convincing you yet to do a vision board? Have I convinced you? Show of hands. You can just put in the chat. I can't see the chat and I can't respond until after this live ends for some reason, but I promise you I will respond to you. If you put in the chat, have I convinced you that vision boards work? So now what I did is recreated the vision board and put some new things on there. Since I'm like, those already happened. And then the one that hasn't happened, it's just not the timing. Don't get discouraged. It's just not the timing, but it is coming. It shall come to pass. It might delay a little bit. It might tarry, but it is coming to pass. So I hope I've convinced you. Do your vision board, set it up. You can do it digitally on your phone. You could do it literally like cardboard, paper, write it out, but make sure somewhere where you can see it every day too. So don't just make yourself one and then hide it in a corner, bury it in the sand. No, put it somewhere where when you look, you're going to keep seeing it each and every day. All right. I'm here every Tuesday or any day that you're listening, if you're listening by replay. So thank you so much for listening, hanging out. I had a grand time with you all today, and I'll be back again next week. All right. Be blessed. Bye-bye.